like to welcome you to this quick video clip of some of my favorite games. I'm the host of a podcast, The Dice Tower, which is all about board games, and as you can see, I really like board games. I have hundreds of them here. I've played over 1,500 different board games, and invariably, something people often ask me is, what's your favorite game? Now, being the list-oriented person that I am, I can tell you my favorite game, but I decided to go farther than that and even talk about my top 100 games. In fact, you can go to my website and see my top 200 games eventually. But rather than writing this all out about which games are my favorite, I thought I would do a series of video clips showing people what some of my favorite games were and talking about why they're my favorite games. Unfortunately, game 100, and what I'm going to do in this clip is show 100 through 96. Game 100 I don't have because my child destroyed it. Now that rarely happens in my house. I do a good job at keeping my kids from fooling around with games unless they're actually playing with them. But it was destroyed, and that really bothers me because it was a limited run of 100, and I hope they reproduce it. And the game is Archaeology, the card game. That's number 100, designed by Phil Harding and produced by Adventureland Games. Archaeology is just a simple card game of collecting sets, but what I really enjoy about it is the fact that you can try and go for quick sets and get a few points, or go for these larger, more difficult sets and gain a lot of points. And that sounds like maybe a bunch of other games, but because of sandstorms and other disasters and stealing cards from other players, there was a good adventure flair to it, even for a small card game, and yet even though there was interaction, didn't feel that competitive. Number 99 is Dune. Now Dune by Avalon Hill, this is one of the oldest games on my list, and certainly one of the more complicated ones with rules and charts, and the components are kind of chintzy, but at the same time, I'm telling you, the book Dune by Frank Herbert is a great book, and this game brings it to life. This game is just a tremendous game that when you have 6 players playing with 6 different factions coming together, it really feels like the treacherous universe that Dune was in. And that's why I don't see a whole lot of play with it, because even though I love it quite a bit, you really need to play it with 6 people who know what they're doing, who have 4 hours or 5 hours to set aside. But when you do, it's a fantastic experience. And I look forward to see what Fantasy Flight will do with the retheming of it. It's kind of sad to see the game leave the Dune universe, but in its Twilight Imperium universe, it might just be as fun. So that's number 99, Dune. Number 98 is Camelot Legends. Another game that's about theme. And when you look at this game, and when you play the game, as you look at the different cards, and it's hard to see from there, but they look like maybe Magic the Gathering cards, and there's a lot of stats on these cards, and a lot of different special abilities and such, and there's some text, and it kind of slows the game down a bit. But the artwork, which was put together by Ed Baird Jr., and the game designed by Andrew Parks, an award-winning designer, really, the whole game just comes together in a very thematic way. You have knights with different abilities that you need to send out on the right quests so that they can complete these quests, bringing honor to you. And if there's any game that really felt like the book version of the Arthurian Legends, then Camelot Legends is certainly it. So Camelot Legends is number 98. Number 97. 1, 2, 3, and 4 games all tied together. Well, I mean, they're basically, I'm hesitant to say they're the same game, but it's the same series. The 10 Days in Africa, Europe, Asia, and the USA, and there's more to come on the way. These games are very similar to the very famous and popular game Racco, in which you're trying to get different tiles in order. But as I'm not a big fan of Racco, what makes me like these games, it's because instead of just putting numbers in order, you are instead using a map of that specific part of the world, and then taking tiles of countries and putting these tiles in order, trying to go from one country to another country as long as they're geographically next to each other, or using an airplane to fly to them, or a ship, or a car. And there's different rules for each of the different games, but they all work so well. It's a great 2-player game that also doubles as a 3- or 4-player game, and tremendous by out-of-the-box publishing. The 10 Day series is one of the best games I've played, and that's why it's number 97. Number 96, Big City. This game's been out of print, which is a really sad thing, although Valley Games is supposed to be reprinting it soon. It's kind of a hefty box, but really this game could have been published in a small box. So why do I like it? Why is it so good? It's not because of the big city picture on it, but it's because it's full of plastic pieces. See, this is essentially a tile laying game where you're laying tiles down. But instead of laying flat tiles down, you're laying down three-dimensional pieces. And these three-dimensional pieces bring this city to life. And they're really cool. I mean, the game is good anyway. But because it has three-dimensional plastic buildings, that makes it much better. So that's why Big City is my number 96. Now, just a quick word of caution. Just because these games are 96 to 100 doesn't mean I don't like them. Remember, they're 96 to 100 out of the over 1,500 games that I played. So I think these games are great. But I think some games are even better than these. What are they? You'll have to see next time. Until then, this is Tom Vasel.